Hello. What's up, Wednesday?
What's up?
I'm Adam, and that's Danica.
I'm Danica.
That's Danica.
Where am I?
Yeah,
I don't know. See, yeah.
Well,
That's
you're
Adam.
usually we swapped sides today.
We did?
Yeah.
Thank God.
I put you on the left, and I'm on the right now.
Okay. So wait.
You've been right for too long. It's time for you to step back. Let somebody
Buddy,
else
I'm
be
always
right for a change.
Even when I'm left, I'm right.
Gotcha. If you're watching the replay, put a comment saying hi so we know that you are here. And if you're watching us live, do the same.
Yeah.
We love your comments. We really like to involve you in the conversation.
Sorry, this is me. Just.
Are you sharing?
I'm getting phone calls again, even though I put on the Do Not
popular.
Disturb. I know. And this time it wasn't just Bob from Australia.
So I'm gonna share this, and if you who are watching, I know there's a couple of you out there. If you could share it, that would be awesome.
It would be awesome. I'm going to pull up the comments so I can respond because that's the fun part. So, hey, Vix. Oh, my goodness. so many things to talk about and only, less than a half an hour to do it. So, you went out last night. Are you hungover?
I did. I am, I think. It's hard to tell with me, actually, because...
You're always hung?
What are the symptoms of being hungover? You have a headache, you're dizzy, you're nauseous. That's every day for me. So, yeah.
I'm also hungry for,
greasy, nasty food. Yeah.
French slam at Denny's. Yeah.
So, wait, I lost some windows.
I'm still here.
Okay, continue on. Continue on. I don't know where. I can't see the comment window, so I don't know. Oh, there we go.
That was going weird last week, too.
Yeah.
Good morning, Vix. Good morning.
Well, remember, I'm on... Oh, hi, Vix. Okay, see, there you are. How's our sound, Vix? Do we sound about even in volume, or is somebody being really loud and someone being...
By someone, he means me.
I think it's his setup. I don't know. I need a better microphone.
You had a microphone.
That microphone?
I mean, it was from Rock Band or something.
It stopped working. That whole setup was...
I have this one, but I'm still using earbuds, so I don't know. Because I don't use my computer, I use my phone, so that explains that. Anyway, boring.
Anyway, yes, I did go out last night. I went to a party... at Pixel Studios. This is a friend of mine named Eddie that Scott and I have known for years here in Houston. He does photography, other digital art kind of stuff. And they remodeled their studio, so we had this grand reopening party, so we went last night. It was a lot of fun. Eddie knows cool people, and... Yeah. His studio is in one of the quirky, cool parts of kind of the downtown area.
Kind of artsy part.
Yeah.
Would you say?
Yeah. So there's little restaurants and coffee shops and stuff, but nothing like you're not going to find a Starbucks around there or whatever. But we threw Bob off because we switched sides. Sorry, Bob. We're helping you. We're helping you roll with it. Just roll with it, Bob. You'll be fine. So,
Adam didn't want me being right on the right.
That's right.
He threw me on the left.
My turn to be right.
Ooh.
So there's also people that work around there that come to the party. And last year he had a couple of these throughout the spring, and I think he's going to do the same thing. So I had a great time. It was a lot of fun. And I learned something about my health that I guess I knew, but
at the party?
Yeah, because, first of all, there was an accident on I-10, which is my main way to get from where I live into downtown Houston. And traffic in Houston is miserable to begin with. You throw an accident in there, what should have taken me maybe half an hour took me an hour and a half just to get to where Scott's hotel is. And then we had another half an hour just to get across town, across the really bumpy roads and all that. So
an hour and a half with an Uber driver.
Yes, exactly. I know. And, but it reminded me, a year ago, I couldn't have handled that.
No.
I mean, that would have, I would have just had to tell the Uber driver at some point, just turn around and take me home, because that alone would have exhausted me. But when I got to Scott, I was like, yeah, let's go. I'm ready. If we can just get to the party, I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
So that was fun. It was fun feeling that way again. I think part of that's the iron infusion. I'm really feeling
Iron Man-y.
Yeah. Plus, being stuck in his house, it just...
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you got out. It looked cool. I'm still loving the you being able to use the spectacles. Behrman's fault. I keep calling them
Skepticals
in my head. But the spectacles, and it's cool seeing that vantage point. And you did have that moment. I sent you a message and said, I always think carrying a purse and holding a cocktail or two is complicated. And you trying to wheel a wheelchair with cocktail in hand. I mean, don't drink and drive or whatever, but you need like a little cup holder or like one of those helmets.
I
with
know,
the straw.
right? Yeah, so check this out, guys. Here's the...
I'm going to carry a beer bong if I
So I have to push with one hand, and I have to switch the drink back and forth. Now, I actually got really lucky in that situation, because the asphalt is pretty easy to roll on. Except what you can't probably tell in the video is that I was going uphill, and that can make it easier, but it can also make it deadly. I mean, if I miss the pass, because I have to pass the drink and then grab the wheel and push. If any part of that doesn't happen, then I'm out of control, depending on...
Going backwards?
In that case, going backwards towards the street at an ever-steepening incline. Yeah, so I do have to be careful with that, but that I managed to pull that one off pretty well.
I've actually had that scenario happen to me on my feet, but you did really well. And then the high top table is another thing. I mean, that's a big common thing at outdoor parties, particularly are the high top tables.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, my food's up
note
here.
to party planners everywhere have a few low tops. For
now they did, high top. Actually, and I ended up, Eddie was great about taking care of me, getting me a plate, and finding me a table with people to sit with, and Vix, that's funny.
There's buckles with van holders?
I think he means can holders. But that won't work because I'm sitting down, Bob. Remember that. I'm sitting. So then it would just spill all over. And they do actually make cup holders for wheelchairs, but I'm not going to be that guy.
That guy?
No.
You just need a sippy cup. Or a helmet with a straw. Yeah,
well, it's actually a good opportunity in most cases to meet someone. Because I'll just say, hey, excuse me, hey, I'm Adam. Will you carry my drink for me over there? And then they end up staying and talking to me.
So the etiquette in that situation, though, had I been at that party, if I came up and said, can I hold your drink and take it to the table? That would have been like, I mean, it seems logical.
Yes.
I'm not a social idiot.
Right.
I know a few, but I'm not one. But I just always like to ask you, I ask you these questions when we're not on the air. Like, what's the proper question I'm asking you there? So it just sounds right to the person. You don't want, I never want to come across like I'm
condescending,
you're pitiful or something.
I'm like helpless. I know. And I tell you, most people overthink that. Okay, because if you're saying it with, I wouldn't trust my drink with Danica. Okay, we have a pour. I just alert.
Yeah.
We need more alerts. Be alert. We have a poor internet connection, so if we stop,
Fade will be back.
Start again.
Yes.
That's right.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you were out, and I'm glad you're getting some of that video coverage because I think it's really cool to see things from your vantage point.
Yeah, I was surprised. It's made a big impact on my Snapchat stories for sure because people are like, whoa, okay, I had no idea that was such a pain in the ass.
Right? There's something, if you don't follow Adam on Snap, you should be, but there's a part in his Snapchat story as well where he has to navigate his way to a bathroom, but it's like cobblestones with big stepping stones in the middle of it. It's what it looked like. Very uneven terrain. It's not somewhere he could take his wheelchair. So he luckily has use of his legs as well when needed, and so he used his cane to get there, but it's just another party planners everywhere. Like, just pay attention to these things because I think it's real. You could be a consultant for party planning.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm working on. That's one of the avenues that I'm working on. I'm actually I'm writing a book and planning a keynote talk about this because
nobody needs to roofie Bob.
Yeah, that's kind of a way. Save the roofie for someone who cares.
Needs it.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's all working out, and it's really. I mean, it's such an easy way to show. I just push the button and just do my thing. I don't have to even think about it. So yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah. Don't cry. But yeah, so let's see what else is going on. So this week I had, as I'm talking to a teacher, a former teacher, an administrator at a school, I had to go to battle for let me just tell you, my kid who's a graduating senior just needs to hurry up and graduate because my advocacy on behalf of this kid it's run long. I'm ready to be done, but I just had a little incident. I'm going to not announce it out onto the local community on my Facebook right now. Come see me on Snapchat where I'll probably let loose at some point, but wow. Luckily, I had a teacher acting extremely inappropriately, but the administrators seeing my viewpoint. So it was all resolved as usual, but it was really funny. My son got in the car that day and he goes, "Thanks, lawyer." Because I have advocated for this kid. Like, this is not the first time. So anyway, that was my stressful week. I am so done with high school with this kid. So I'm going to have an adult party when he graduates and I can be done with this part of my life. I know I am such a tease. You cannot tell us now. All right, I'll give you like a little piece and it'll sound really uninteresting. Hello. We had a teacher that wanted to hold up his ability to walk in a cap and gown unless he fulfilled very specific things that ended up having nothing to do with his classwork and everything to do with she felt offended. And it kind of doesn't work that way.
No, that's called a power trip.
Yes, that's called a come at me bro, is what that's called. So I was mid-treadmill moment when I got a copy of the email she sent to my son, and I was like, oh, no. wrong girl, off the treadmill, and went. And I'm actually very grateful for the way the school chose to handle it, not just because it sided with me, but because it recognized that there was a relationship breakdown between my son and this teacher, and he has an uphill battle as far as something that he has to accomplish before, but he's totally nailing it. It's not going to matter. He's totally fine. But I don't know. How do you hold something from someone who's actually earned it because you have a personal issue? Like, I can't.
I had a problem like that with one of my college professors. Believe it or not, in my youth, I was a little snarky.
No.
I know.
Is that why we get along?
I think so, yeah. I was always and still am a big champion for the underdog, and mainly because I'm usually the underdog. So, you know, and injustice just like,
oh, that's me.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, if it's someone else or if it's him.
Right. And I don't appreciate being treated disrespectfully in order for you to display your power over me. Okay? And that's what this teacher was trying to do. She gave us an assignment, and it was to write about one of our favorite books or something, or that made a big impact on our lives. Something stupid that I probably would have written as a junior in high school. Okay. So I wrote about this book that was written by Mary Renaud. It's an out-of-print book. It's this book that I'm the only one that's probably interested in it. It's called The King Must Die, and it's about...
Oh, do tell us all about it then.
Yeah, and it's a kind of a real view of Greek mythology kind of thing, but anyway, she tried to argue with me about how to pronounce this woman's name, Renaud. She said it was Renaud. And I was like, no, it's Renaud. She said, you don't know, it's Renaud. I said, okay, anyway, in The King Must Die by Mary Renaud, she did not just interrupt me in the middle of my presentation again, and she did it through my whole presentation. I just kept calling her Renaud. So, from that point on, she just hated me. But I actually got her to admit in class, it was like one of those, you can't handle the truth moments. I got her so frustrated in class one day that she just said, oh, you know you're never going to pass this class anyway, no matter what you do.
Sounds familiar.
So I said, that's awesome. Thank you. I'm going to go to the dean. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah. We had... I feel like once graduation day is over, because we're really free and clear now. Once graduation day, the tape will come off my mouth and I will have my say. But right now, I'm just
you don't need to throw
respectful
anymore.
Because the school's response was completely appropriate and exactly what should have happened from. But
I'm really happy about that. That's good to hear, because those are difficult situations for administrators. I know from experience. You know, when you've got your teacher here, and you're like, what are you?
Well,
thinking?
and I've raised my kids. This is a lesson that I've raised my kids from their littlest lessons, the littlest things. Age has nothing to do with inappropriate, irresponsible comments, behavior, and they can be their own advocates. And so if they see something, but they have to use their judgment. You can't just be a little whiny, entitled kid and think because something doesn't go your way or something is against you that means the other person's wrong. But there's a certain point at which you can tell, if you watch and you're careful and you learn and listen, you can tell when it crosses a certain line. And when that line is crossed, you do not have to accept that. And
Right.
so my kids, because of this, it's usually only been circumstances where the person is being super irresponsible or not logical. And so they will make a mess of things, come to me, and then I'm the Olivia Pope in their lives, and I come in and like fix the mess. But at the same time, he was right. And so, and this is what I've taught him. So my like week last week of stress, was sort of self brought on because this is what I've taught my kids. Like, I'll help you, and be respectful. Don't tell them to F off or whatever, but like be respectful, but you don't have to take crap when it's not logical.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to be the underdog.
And you don't have to respond to crap with crap.
No. Yeah, I mean, I expect them to be responsible and appropriate, but at the same time, they don't have to take it. And he kept his juicier language for me. But we handled it, and the school was extremely responsive and really wonderful about it. But, man.
Yeah, I see. We're looking at the comments. Helena, unfortunately, that happens sometimes. A lot of teachers are really concerned with controlling students. And that's just a myth. If you think you can control middle schoolers or elementary school kids or high school kids, you are delusional. Because all they had to do is say, no, I'm going to call your mom. Here's my phone. I already called her. I can't tell you how many times I got that as a teacher.
Yeah, I'm just reading this from Helena. Hers is being picked on from the teacher and the principal. I mean, that's the thing. Like, teachers can be bullies too, and not all are, but there are situations where they can be, and there's certain times when lines are crossed, and you can't control middle schoolers.
You can establish order, but that's not the same thing as controlling them.
Yeah.
And the way I did it as a teacher was by respecting them as human beings that make their own decisions and reap the consequences of them.
Bob.
And then I set out the rules,
Yeah.
But if I mess up, then I've seen that happen so many times. Like, a teacher messes up, but rather than admit that they're the ones that screwed up, they take it out on the kid. You've got now you've got to do extra this. Now you've got to do extra this. Well, if you want to pass, you're going to have to do this and that. First of all, why are you giving yourself so much more work in the first place? You got to grade all that stuff.
Bob says he can't control his 3-year-old. But have you seen his 3-year-old? Because, I mean, just forget it. It's so darn cute. But, I don't know. So I had to go in and stay. But what's really funny is I had all this stuff swirling in my head, and so many things that I wanted to say. I actually wrote a letter to nowhere on my computer. I came up, I got off that treadmill, raced upstairs. I looked at my husband. I said, "I'm raging. Just give me a minute." I walked upstairs and I typed the nastiest profanity-laced letter that just stayed on my desktop. Then I kind of calmed down, but it was like 4:30 that next morning when the letter wrote itself into my head that I needed to actually write to the assistant principal. And that was the letter that was actually sent. The one here was fun, though. So just can't, so the student is a football player. There's no way he's, See, non-logical things, just come at me, bro. So anyway, that was my week last week.
I almost forgot. I wanted to give a shout out at the party last night. I met again. I saw someone I met about a year ago, and she watches the show. So, Trisha.
Hey! Hey, Trisha.
And Melinda.
Awesome. We're meeting fans.
Yes. Thanks for watching.
I mean, fans besides Scott.
Yeah, exactly.
So Adam's husband watches our show religiously after work, right? Because you guys watch back together. And mine has never seen a moment.
He doesn't watch my other shows.
Watch the show.
He doesn't watch my other.
Yeah,
I mean, he would if I like, if I asked him to, he'd be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Orbit at a tilt, let's learn about the Jupiter, okay.
Yeah, if you know my husband, if you're on here and you know my husband, tell him that I'm funny. Because he doesn't watch
Some
my
people
stuff.
think
He watches me.
that I'm funny too. Although we've gotten some sad faces today, so
It's just Bob whining.
poor Bob.
Yeah, Vix, I don't even know where to go with that. I'd been in the office.
Bullying is such a complicated topic, and that's one of the reasons why I ended up teaching middle school. I originally wanted to do elementary school, but middle school, as you can imagine, was not fun for me at all. I was the smallest kid. I was, gay as can be without even knowing it. And I was a target,
Oh, you knew it.
I didn't know the implications long term, but I knew I was not like all the other boys or like the girls. I was something else. My own thing.
That's funny. I wasn't like all the other girls either. Not in the same way.
But I thought I'll go make middle school better for somebody. And I hope I did, but it's so hard. These kids are sneaky with their bullying. Even someone like me I'm constantly vigilant for like looking out for the kids who, and they do it somehow like without me knowing.
It's a scary thing. In fact, my kids came home and one day, maybe about a month ago.
Uh-oh. I lost you, Danica. Oh, you're back.
Oh, no.
Okay, so about a month ago.
Somebody created a Snapchat group, and kids were getting expelled or suspended or at least in some type of big trouble. And they... it had turned from just some general chat, and then kids started using slurs and name calling and bullying. And the group, in Snapchat, when you create a group, it's there. As long as people are participating in it, you can't pull it down. It stays. So the school, who's leaving us?
I said good morning to Brandy.
Oh, God. Classic freeze face. Oh, awesome. Hopefully that's over.
Yeah, you were like, that'll probably be the thumbnail.
Yeah, awesome. It's okay. I don't watch my show back because my husband's not interested. So, what was I talking about? Oh, there was just this really nasty group. Like the kids just got nasty on it. My kids saw it and got out of it and whatever. But then it turned out kids started getting expelled. Like, how are, in this day and time, how are they not aware that you can't call somebody a racial slur in a group and no one's going to know about it?
There are people who still think that private means that no one's going to see it. And that's not what it means. It's not what it means. That means that, I don't know what it means. It used to mean something, but now it just means an illusion of privacy.
Yeah. Oh, Vix, I guarantee it. I have no doubt that you went in. I was handicapped teacher's aide for preschoolers.
Oh.
Man, preschooler. I was advocating for this kid as a preschooler, too. Not because my kid was a bully, just because people didn't get him. But nothing's private. Hey, Kim Gaskell. How are you, girl? Where are you?
I know, right? Yeah. Where in the world is Kim Gaskell?
It takes a lot of, and I have a lot of compassion for teachers. I mean, they're in there all day with our kids. And so I never want my kid to be disrespectful or mouthy or disruptive in the class.
Yeah.
None of which my kid was. But for some reason, there was a breakdown in this relationship. It was not going to be repaired.
Well, the really good thing is that you've taught your kids to stand up for themselves, but in the right way. When I was teaching, the communities where I was teaching, these people were struggling just to get by. And, it was amazing that these kids even came to school. So we would have, if a teacher made a mistake, they would stand up for themselves, but in a completely different way.
Yeah.
And now,
Heated.
That becomes the problem, is the way you are responding. We can't even talk about what you're responding to, because now you're causing a new, more urgent problem. So I'm glad that was able to work out at your school, and that your son was able to. I know how frustrated he must have been, and to not lash out like in a way that would have compounded the problem. I mean,
yeah, no, I got I got the messages. He let it all out, to me, which is what he should have done.
Exactly. And
then I walked around like a raging animal for a couple hours. But
let's rage. Okay, let's get our filters back in place. Let's solve the problem.
But parenting, man, no joke. It doesn't get easier when they get older. So look out, Bob. But it's just. But I've spent a lot of time teaching my kids about instincts and reading people, and just because I think it's served me well in my life. So that was my parenting tip for people who still have younger ones, and to stand up for themselves when they really think it's something that shouldn't be happening. But yeah, it was not fun. It wasn't fun. Sometimes it's a little fun. This wasn't fun.
Yeah.
But
it's done, and you won.
I know. Handled it. Yeah. We came out on the good end, so.
Good.
She wasn't happy.
Well, she'll get over it.
Yeah. So what else happened this week? I'm trying to think. Okay, so there's this royal wedding that's happening this weekend. Anybody watching that? You guys in the comments?
Wait, who is this? Is this Harry?
Yeah. What? Yes.
Harry and Meghan?
Yep.
Oh, okay. That's good. I don't pay attention to any of that stuff.
Okay, so the wedding is this weekend, and there's been a bunch of stuff in the press, which I don't care about. I just find the pageantry of this wedding somehow interesting. I'm not sure why, because when I look at things that I'm interested in, I don't know why. But it was really funny. There's this cute little theater near me, a little movie theater that's privately owned. It's not one of the big chains. It always has foreign films and, sometimes the top films, but it's just this cute theater that has a cafe and a bar. And one night there was a trivia night. If you guys follow my Snap, you might have seen it that night. That was really cool. And we love it. So they're having you can go there and they're going to have food and you can watch the wedding on the big screen with anybody else who's interested. And I was like, I'm actually weird enough to go to this, and by myself, because I don't know anybody that in my family for certain, but anyone that would want to go to this thing with me. And then it said, come dressed to the nines with a fascinator. And I was like, it's at 4:00 in the morning, the guests start arriving for the wedding, Eastern time. And then the wedding itself, I think, is at 6 or 8 in the morning or something like that, somewhere around that in the morning. I was coming in my PJs. This is like a slumber. I'm going to sit there and eat cucumber sandwiches in my pajama bottoms and a hoodie with my hair in a top knot. I'll just put my knot right there.
There you go.
Fascinator. But I'm not dressing up at 4:00 in the morning, people. But anyway, so that kind of killed the idea. So if anyone wants to go with me wearing PJs to this event, I'm your girl. Call me. We'll hook up and I'm going and eat. It just would be fun because what's going to happen is my whole household will be sleeping and me and the Golden Doodle will be watching the prince get married. But we're delayed on Facebook, and I'm just seeing myself with my hair top knot. That was really good.
Oh, that's funny. I'm really surprised that there's still a royal family, that they're still a thing. I mean, maybe I need to hear from some people in the UK, but I mean, from what I understand, their money comes from the government of the UK.
Yeah.
That's their money, right?
It just is what it is. But I think that I'm excited to see this new era. I mean...
Well, the Queen is going to live to be 400 years old. Elizabeth is not going to give up.
It's already starting changing. Like, I love that there is a biracial American princess coming into the family. Like, I like to see change in things of old. And so I'm just thinking this is, like, kind of cool. And, the American actress marrying into that family has never been a popular thing. So it'll be really interesting. But, I like Prince Harry. I like, the things he stands for and
he's cute.
The work also that she does. Yeah, he's total cute. Mm-hmm. So I like, and he's Diana's baby, like, whatever. I'm nostalgic. So anyway, I want to watch it. This Queen isn't going anywhere. She's pickled.
Oh wow, yeah.
So I totally want to watch it. So, maybe I will, live tweet or stream in my pajamas as well.
She had to give up her Instagram account, the Queen?
No, Meghan.
Oh. I was like, who's going to tell the Queen of England?
Don't worry, all the screenshots still exist.
Yeah.
The Queen. Hello, here's me with my croissant, #breakfast goals.
Yeah. What do you do all day if you're the Queen of England?
A lot. She's busy. She's got to meet with dignitaries and all kinds of weird stuff and run around with her corgis and shoot animals. And I mean, what should she be doing? She's like 102. How old is the Queen?
She's in her 90s. I know.
She's given us a lot of, TV to watch because there's so many movies about her. And
because she's
I saw something recently.
3 eras.
We're way over time, but we still have lots of friends, so I'm not ready to let go yet. I saw Infinity Wars also, which was really good, and reminded me that, I guess suggested me for the first time that I need to watch Guardians of the Galaxy, because there's like a combination of that, and that was some funny stuff. So now I got to see that movie.
So that's based on a comic.
Prince Philip is going to snap and put, oh, yes, Prince Charles. I knew you meant Prince Charles. I was just thinking, like, as Harry moves farther, I'm sorry, I've gone from Infinity Wars back because I'm reading the comments, but the comments are still in the royal wedding. But Prince Harry's got to be so happy that every offspring he becomes farther and farther.
Oh yeah, he's out. Like at this point, he's out. He's like, thank you. Yeah. You guys, you just keep cranking them out. Get me further and further away.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's quite fascinating. But there was something I watched recently that the royal wedding and stuff made me think of, and now I don't. It's escaped me. Oh, I did see. So not on topic, but I did see. What is that water movie that won the Oscar?
Shape of Water. I haven't seen it.
Shape of Danica changing the channel. Like, what was that banana circuit? Like, that was the worst movie.
That's kind of the report I've gotten from most people that I know have similar movie tastes than I do. Yeah. I
got through a quarter. Oh my God, Iron Man. Just stop. Yeah, he's my fave. Sorry, I'm all over the place. See what happens when we go over time? This is why we cut Danica off.
Good night, Bob.
And on live.
Good night, farewell.
Yes, the fish guy. Yes. Good night, Bob. Bob's in Australia. Thanks for staying up with us. Because it's the only time I talked to you lately.
Yeah, what's up with that?
But yeah, Shape of Water. I tried. I believe that E.T. could come to Earth and Elliot loved him. And I believe that Kyle Reese can come from the future to save Sarah Connor. and they could fall in love and birth the savior of the nation. Yeah. But I cannot believe in this fish man and this chick who can't talk. Like, I did not find that movie entertaining at all. I bailed and watched something else. I was on an airplane.
We just watched Anon.
Oh.
On Netflix.
What is that?
Someone on Snapchat had recommended it. It might have been Chelsea. But I watched that movie. Is a trip. It's a trip.
Chelsea's good with movie picks. She and I both saw what's wrong with me today? A Quiet Place, and we can both confirm, is the most stressful movie to see in a theater. And if you haven't seen it, it's a thriller, but not in a gory sense. It's not like Friday the 13th where you see cut up stuff. It's suspense. So stressful.
Bye, Brandy. Thanks for stopping by.
I've got to go vacuum.
That sounds like a lot more fun.
Brandy. Priorities. So, that movie was so stressful because it's a movie about being quiet. They have to be quiet or they're in danger.
Oh.
So. Sorry.
All
Sorry,
right.
I got a phone call. Whoops.
All right. Well, yeah, we're like way over time. So.
Okay.
Let's leave it there. And thanks, you guys, for stopping by in the comments. Those were fun. I had a good time today.
This was good.
I also want to put this out here. I now, because I'm fancy like that, I can now bring another person on with us. So, viewers, if you would like to hop on with us to participate in the discussion on camera, I can make that happen. So keep that in mind for next time. Make yourself camera ready or not. All I did was put on a hat and a shirt. So
I won't put on a shirt. So whoever wants to, that'll be exciting.
Okay. Well, have a great Wednesday and the rest of the week. And we'll see you. We'll see you when we see you, but it's probably going to be next Wednesday.
Bye, guys.